And welcome back, everyone. Movie guy Will Meyer is here to talk about what's big at the box office this weekend. And every Earth Day, Disney likes to release these nature documentaries. So this year, it was Born in China.
Born in China, yeah. They're changing up the formula a little bit this year. It usually is they're focusing on one animal in its natural habitat. This year we have 5. We have snub-nosed monkeys, snow leopards, pandas, cranes, and Tibetan antelopes. So this is a movie that, like all Disney nature movies, has beautiful footage of the animals. Also, because this is about China, we really get to see a lot of the terrain here. We get to see lush forests, frigid mountaintops. It's a movie that is gorgeous to look at.
You can't be mad when you're watching animals.
That's absolutely true. Actually, you could really just watch this with the sound off. In fact, you may want to, sort of, because John Krasinski narrates this movie kind of within an inch of its life. You just kind of wish for a second that he would just stop talking for a few minutes, especially because he's not really giving us much historical info here. It's mostly, you know, telling us how cute, cuddly, and snuggly these animals are. And I mean, we get it just from looking at that.
And it's pandas.
Exactly, yeah. I like, too, that they focus on several different animals here, but at the same time, you really only find a couple of stories that you're really interested in, and you wish that the movie would only focus on those. I think the snow leopards and the pandas are fascinating here. The other ones you can kind of take or leave. I think that, you know, this is a movie that tries to anthropomorphize the animals a lot, you know, tells us what they're feeling, thinking, giving them human characteristics and traits. That kind of just becomes a little much after a while. We don't really buy it. But, you know, like you said, it's really hard to dislike this movie.
It puts a smile on my face.
Even if your kids aren't going to learn a lot, at least maybe it'll you know, get them interested in animals and wildlife. So I think it's okay. I don't think it's their best one. I'd say 2.5 out of 4.
All right, moving on to The Lost City of Z.
Lost City of Z, yeah, this is an epic adventure drama. This is based on a book. It tells the true story of Colonel Percival Fawcett, who was a British explorer who spent his life searching for this city in the Amazon that may or may not have ever existed. This is a movie that I think has a wonderful performance at the center of it from Charlie Hunnam, a guy who's never really impressed me up until now. I think Sienna Miller is quite good too. This is a movie that's old-fashioned in nearly every sense of the word. Everything about it, the music, the size, the scope of this movie, the pacing. They just don't make big budget adventure movies like this anymore that really take their time. This movie does take its time, even though it does have action adventure thrills. This movie really slowly reveals to you just what it's about and who this character is, and I think it's more rewarding because of that. There's a lot of surprises. I like most things about this movie. I think that it's a great marriage of an art house and a blockbuster film. It's, like I said, thrilling, but also it's a movie about man's relationship with nature, obsession, spirituality, family. So, so much to like about this movie. You know, few things I can complain about, but I'm not going to air those.
You're not going to go there.
3.5 out of 4 stars. It's really, really good.
That's 2 thumbs up from Will Meyer. Okay, quickly, Free Fire.
Free Fire, action comedy starring Brie Larson, Charlton Copley, Armie Hammer, Cillian Murphy. This is a film where set entirely in a warehouse. There's an arms deal that goes wrong, and for the next 90 minutes, people shoot at one another. That's as far as this plot goes. You know, I was excited
Some people
about
like
it.
that.
I like movies that are confined to a single space too. I thought it was going to be exciting, but I don't think that Ben Wheatley does too much that's interesting with it. It's a movie that really just becomes monotonous after a while. There's no heroes or villains here, and so you don't really have much of anybody to care about. You don't feel anything when people get shot. That's by design on his part. He's trying to make some commentary about how when everybody has a gun, nobody's in control. But I don't think it makes for a totally compelling 90 minutes. It still goes down quite smoothly. There's a lot of slapstick comedy here. You know, great one-liners. So it's enjoyable enough. I just didn't love it. So I'd say 2.5 out of 4.